dating in my culture looks like?
Since I'm first generation, dating in my culture is a little more traditional because the majority of my family, especially on my mom's side, is Dominican.
Dating in my culture, Boricua, Puerto Rican, it could be a little spicy. You got to be careful who you bring around the family because there's a lot of chisme from the tias, the primos, the primas. And be careful, especially who you bring around your mama.
You're going to be meeting a lot of interesting characters, a lot of food, a lot of great food, and a lot of family functions.
We have people who are from the Afghan diaspora. We have people who are coming straight from Afghanistan who are maybe new to American dating. And then we have people who are fully integrated into American dating lifestyle. But I think for the most part within my family, there's a lot of traditional components with added modern touches. So before we used to have a lot of arranged marriages or people setting up people, but now maybe we have a designated matchmaker in the family, and then you can go on dates and you can kind of see how you like the person.
One of the things that I understand about Guatemalan culture when you're dating other people is that you have to have respect for your family. That's a big, big, big green flag. If somebody does not respect their mom or their dad or their brother or their sister and they don't show any respect for them, that is a huge red flag because family is so important. So having a strong family connections are really, really important. Unless there's a really important reason why they don't like their parents. But if it's just like random stuff, I think then it's a little bit of a red flag.
Being truthful too, because you don't want to waste your time. At least that's something in our culture, not only because of being a woman, maybe with time, if you're planning to get married or not, but dating is just being upfront with the person and getting to know the real person.
Another red flag that you can think about is when somebody doesn't want to commit to something, when someone's just stringing you along and they're kind of like a little flaky. That's a huge red flag. Flakiness is not there. If they like you, they will make time for you and they will be there and they will make space for you. So if they're kind of stringing you along, big red flag.
I think another thing that I've noticed is more inner child healing within the Latino community and people really stepping away from, having anger and trauma and stepping into the best version of themselves. I feel that's really important, and to really see it in the Latino community while dating someone is really, really important as well.
Personalmente, yo como cubano, siento que somos muy románticos, somos muy... nos encanta como que hacer detalles, aunque mi novia cree que no a veces. Pero yo creo que sí, somos bastante detallistas y somos bastante románticos.
I think outsiders might not understand how many different events they are from the dating stage to the marriage stage. That's within my culture. You have things like the khasqari, you have things like shirni khori, you have things like where the man has to come and propose and ask for the family's blessing. You have things where people celebrate the couple, people celebrate their engagement, people celebrate their marriage, people have the more religious component to marriage, and then they have the reception to marriage. There are so many different activities. It's a cool thing, definitely costs a lot of money, but it's totally okay because it is a festivity for everyone, not just for the bride and groom.
In my culture, a romantic gesture is cooking for somebody or bringing maybe some Puerto Rican food, una empanada de la bodega. Believe it or not, that's like a little off the normal beaten path of a romantic gesture, but also flowers, chocolates, romantic dinner, salsa night.
I think a big romantic gesture within our culture, this might be a bit outdated, but I'm just going to resort to the king of romance and the king of song himself in Afghan culture is Ahmad Zayed. So probably I'm sure my dad or some uncles in the past have made their respective wives, like my dad probably made my mom an Ahmad Zayed mixtape, and that was probably really, really romantic at that time.
I feel a romantic gesture in the Mexican culture is like a buchon and just like serenata and really like serenading somebody. I feel that's very common. I saw it growing up in telenovelas, and I feel like it's just made like an imprint on what like the romance should look like sometimes.
In my culture, romantic gestures are acts of service, especially like hosting or having dinners or cooking food. Food is a big one. And honestly, spending quality time.
In terms of expectations from my family when I'm dating somebody, they want somebody who keeps me moving forward, who has a good sense of humor, who knows how to hang, who knows how to go to a family party, not somebody who's a little bit too like pretentious. They want somebody down to earth and ready to have a good time.
They have to be strong, I would say. People from my Puerto Rican side and my Filipino side, they're awfully blunt and very straightforward, and it's great to have that on your side. So yeah, strong-minded, I would say.
My family has zero expectations when it comes to dating because thankfully my career has allowed me to gain the respect in my family where they don't care about commenting on my dating life.
Mi familia por esa parte es bastante chill y relax conmigo, la verdad. Siempre me apoyan en todo lo que quiero. Nunca me han puesto presión de absolutamente nada. Entonces, sí, ellos siempre me dicen que si yo soy feliz, ellos son felices.
The expectations our parents had were very old school tradition where it's like you get married before you move in together. And we did not do that. We lived together for about 3 years before actually getting married. I also owned my own home before we got married. So that was the reason why too. And so the expectations were very high for us as the traditional sense, but we also had to make our own.
In a lot of situations too, what'll happen is that you will be single until you're done with college and you kind of have a career. And then all of a sudden it's like, where's your boyfriend? Where's your husband?
I think some of the expectations from my family when it comes to dating is always asking, well, not always asking, but just kind of assuming maybe a kid will come in sometime soon, and just that expectation of, who else in the family will have a kid. I'm very unconventional, I feel, and I want my family to just know that, hey, I'm just doing me.